often, actually fairly consistently in Australia's history, there is this idea, particularly on the part of our governments, that Australia doesn't matter, doesn't have international influence or power. We're always kind of have seen ourselves as the junior partner in our relationship with the United States, for example. In the worst kind of iteration of that is John Howard's uh, deputy sheriff kind of role that Australia plays. But that is not necessarily of the reflection of the potential power and influence and agency that Australia has. We have the 12th, depending on the exchange rate of the day, we have the 12th biggest economy in the world, roughly the size of Russia's. We don't act like we have that amount of influence in the world. We have a long history of really significant diplomatic success and influence at the UN and elsewhere with other issues, including, just as one example, opposition to apartheid in South Africa, where Australian governments have used Australia's position and Australia's relationships, and particularly our relationship with the United States, as successful diplomatic leverage and for successful diplomatic influence. That is entirely possible, but our governments in particular don't like to think of themselves as having that much influence. And so I think there's a way to go in rethinking our potential role in the world and the kind of influence that Australia can play in places like the Middle East as well. Australia has such a long and significant history of playing important roles in peace building and peacekeeping. And there's no reason that can't be revived and deepened and invested in. It's just a pretty significant mindset shift, and would require some pretty brave political choices on the part of our leadership.